Noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle, and here we go. Lorenzo Insigne looking every bit the turbocharged menace that he is. He's raring to go here.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of his, Peter. Very technically astute, and he uses his pace really well. He's a great threat in and around the box.
He's having a shot! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Pelé. And it's been played through. Pelé was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. That'll be a throw-in. Tries to pass it through. Pelé. Beckham. Now it's Romario. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Brilliantly cut out. And now they can clear their lines. Rodri.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And that's been slipped through. Buriram United with the corner. They're first. And that has been knocked clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Short changes him with that pass. Tries to play it through. And back to the goalkeeper. That's really well cleared. Now that looks a decent ball. Lam is a perfect combination of brain and brawn.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And he cuts out the supply. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. It's a good spell of possession, this. Milan still without a single shot on target. And it's Messi. Beckham. Pelé powering forward here. Takes a shot! Oh, it's hit the post!
Romario really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Now it's Messi. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. That's a good run down the left. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
He's found a way through. He's got full. Goal!
Well, that's very much changed the complexion. It's also changed mindsets and moods in both teams, and it had to be him.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
And the half-time whistle goes. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Reflections on the first half?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter. Be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Milan can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break. Here we go again then. Milan carrying a one-goal lead. Oh, well played. Oh, he's burst through. Good ball, good take.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Buriram United appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the...
He's tried one! Ambitious, but just off target.
Yep, certainly could have been something so much more.
Can he get on the end of this? Lovely pass, but can he get there? Gets into some space. And he's gone long.
Buriram United really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again. And the finish! Sticks it away! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Romario really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Things starting to look very comfortable.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Nicely aimed pass. Chance! Oh, that wasn't far away.
Lorenzo Insigne clearly feels he did everything right there. He really wasn't that far away.
Lam. Some good work on the right flank here. Nice control. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Well, that pass isn't the best. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And they're not going to make any further progress now. And this is Messi. He's found a way past. He's got plenty of space out wide here. That's a decent clearance. Olise. It's a good run down the right. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with.
2 added minutes has been
And this is Batistuta. Messi. Beckham. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. So smiles all round as they shamelessly indulge in the post-whistle euphoria. A win achieved through the right balance of industry and inspiration. A really satisfying day's work. Romario voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
Manchester United.
My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. And as you can see, we've already started here.
There's no doubt that this fella's contribution will be highly important. It's the one and only Philip Lahm.
And what do you consider his greatest quality, Jim?
Well, it's hard to name just one because he's such an outstanding...
And he shoots! He's scored!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
Manchester United finding themselves unexpectedly behind. He is through here. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And Cruyff! It's in! 2-0, and in next to no time.
Romario really played that return ball to perfection there, Peter. He knew the exchange was on and he put it on a plate for his teammate. That was just gorgeous.
So that's 2 now without reply.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Milan look comfortable already. 2 to the good and flying. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Eto'o. Roberto Baggio. Eto'o gets into some space. Nesta gets across to intercept that. Well, the counter-attack will come to nothing because that is an errant touch.
Well, I think that might well put him off watching tonight's highlights.
Maradona tries to play it through. Maradona showing good feet. Maradona has a look up from the right-hand side, seeking out options. Manchester United with the corner, they're first. Lahm goes short, plays it in low, and it's safely in the keeper's hands. Milan are looking to go forward now. And they're not going to make any further progress now. And it's made its way to him. Roberto Baggio, he has found the way, foolish header! And he hits the net. Just 1 goal in it now, game on! He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Manchester United get themselves back into contention.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Lahm has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. And it's been given away. He's through and all alone. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Romario receives it in a good... Romario! No mistake! And there's the goal they've been looking for. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So the lead now is 2.
I wonder if the manager is tempted to go for another and really kill the game off completely.
Oh, terrible pass. It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Rijkaard. Taken back almost at once. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Looking to go deep. No, that's not going to find its target. There's the header! Aldair gets good distance on it. And now they can spring out of defence. It's Eto'o! It's in! And they are dragging it back! Game on again! Was there ever any doubt?
Well, he always had the measure of the keeper there. Such confidence and composure.
After 37 minutes is number 17, Eto'o.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Milan looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. Eto'o. Beckham. Nicely weighted ball. Brilliantly cut out. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Milan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Real chance! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Ronaldinho really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Manchester United have their second corner now. Oh, smashing header! Maldini getting this one clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. That's a foul, no two ways about it. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned. Maldini. That's Thuram. That has been slung wide. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Shapes to shoot! And it's in! And look at his joy! Is this not why we love the game? The invitation was clear and it was accepted with the up. Referee's had a look and he's blown his whistle for half-time.
Well, it's hard to say whether a two-goal advantage under these circumstances is decisive or not, but so far I haven't really seen enough to indicate that the opposition can come out in the second half and improve to that degree.
Milan leading by 2 in an incredible contest. It is still anyone's.
Substitution in progress.
There's the start of the second half. Looking for options for movement. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And he's forced to go back. Milan come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
And it's Beckham. Messi. Lam. Nesta. Always a very imposing presence at the back. And it's Here's a chance!
Oh, once he made the save, it didn't take the keeper long to start barking at his defence.
Just eases him off the ball. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Well, it's not a surprise to see...
Takes a shot! It's there! And the second half is off to a flyer! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
Ronaldinho! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Oh, good-looking ball. Can he get it through? Aldair.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
That's an imaginative pass. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Over to the left. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Eto'o.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
And here's Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho looking to... It's Ronaldinho! Now who's... Oh, and again! And yes, it's there! They're seen no way back, but they are level. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
This has become one superb game of... Del Piero! Oh, it's come off the upright. Milan are, of course, in a position to go to the bench. And Messi! A collective sigh of relief from the defence. Just about up to 75 minutes. Rummenigge. And this is Eto'o. Nice interception, well timed.
Manchester United really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Rijkaard. Now it's Maradona. Maradona will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Cannavaro. Aldair. Lam is always looking to play quality balls. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Baggio proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Romario. Oh, this is a very good run.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
That has been cut short. It's a good spell of possession, this. Great... Eto! Oh, what about that? Late in the day, this could well be it. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
He has simply been truly awesome.
Climbs up big! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
Not too much more here. And that will be the final act. Milan played more than a part in what has been a very exciting game. A game that began so promisingly from their perspective, but they are leaving here feeling utterly deflated.
Just a quick announcement, it is now time
Well,
for
after all of that... Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself to win, whether it's his vision and...
Oh, what a... It's bounced back off the post. Oh, it's gone in!
No, I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Look, often chances are hard to come by in these games, so just one mistake could be all it takes to make the difference.
And he's intervened well there. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Messi. Bellingham. Great vision. Pele in acres of space out wide. Zico. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Nice control. Oh, that's fabulous. Shot a goal! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
He's the one player you want on the ball running at defences, and that's precisely why.
And we have our very first corner. Milan have the chance to go the other way. No, not quite on the same wavelength. And it's Messi. Bellingham. Pele plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Pele, he is through here. Lahm delivers. Climbs up big. Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Milan leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. Opts for safety. Thuram. To Beckham. And it's Beckham. Bellingham producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Shoots! He has done it! They have come roaring back!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
That is so good, such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Zico. Romario. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And he welcomes it in. Big chance! Goal! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really...
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. So there was the first half.
Well, Peter, I'm just thinking of the best way to describe that. Frantic, frenzied. It was unmissable, and it was irresistible. Forget about the analysis on this one, just enjoy it.
And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
The ball is loose and the chase is on. Milan do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
And he has been fouled there. Cannavaro. And here's Neymar. Neymar stood his ground strongly. That's good play. Oh, it's come loose. Tries from a long way out. And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
It's their second corner of the game. He rises! And yes, it's there! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. Picked that one out. It was a bullet.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
And yes, it's him again. Borussia Dortmund take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
You can certainly sense a real change of mood here. Now the crowd are demanding that they just finish this off.
Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Oh, looks like he's been taken out there. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Milan perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
And this is Ronaldo. He's picked his way through. Tries a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! And the lead is extended still further. He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because He didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
So now, and the shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Neymar. Oh, shooting chance! And that is a truly outstanding save.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
Borussia Dortmund have their third corner. Thuram is there and he can get that clear. Beckham. Some front-footed pressing going on here. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Nicely aimed pass. Now it's Messi. Raul. Certain amount of room for debate here, but a goal kick's been given. Beckham. Pele. And he's in on goal. Decent chance! That is special! Gareth Bale! A finish of true class! And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here? Beckham. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Now it's Messi. He's shifting through the gears here. Lam. And here's Neymar. Messi. And that will be it. Milan played more than a part in what has been a very exciting game. A game that began so promisingly from their perspective, but they are leaving here feeling utterly deflated.
Hello, everybody, and
How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty...
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. The action has already... And the shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Messi is offering a wry smile there.
And we have our very first corner. Del Piero with the short one. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And now they can spring out of defence. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Bernardo Silva was only too happy to help out in defence.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Lam plays it in. Played with speed from back to front. Beckham. And it's Del Piero. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Pele. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still...
Applies the finish! Oh, that was wicked, a truly wicked effort.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. De Bruyne tries to pass it through. Neymar's cross, punched away. Now it's Pele. Maldini was in no mood for any of that. Not the most accurate pass. And they've got rid. And claimed it back swiftly. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Still goalless at the moment. Bernardo Silva. Pass somewhat off target. Beckham. Driving on and making good progress. Gets a good foot in there. Threads one in. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Rijkaard. Oh, well played, well played.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
And Del Piero! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Backward it goes. Mbappe. Lewandowski. Great ball if he can get there. And he's away. And the shot! It's hit the upright. He's going for goal. Same again, same outcome.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
That's a decent clearance. He's tried one! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
They've played it short. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Pele. Van Dijk cuts out the pass. That's gone for a throw-in. Pele. And this is Romario. He's having a shot! What a wonderful goal!
And for such a big name in your side to register very close to the break, not only creates a real buzz in your dressing room during the break, but dispirits the opposition too, and sets up a decent chance to go on and finish this game to their liking now.
Added minutes has been indicated.
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
Chance, surely! It's there! And the lead lost no time at all!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine...
And we've reached half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. So we reach the halfway point.
Oh, what a half of football. It's 1-1, but it could easily be 3-3 or more. Breakneck speed brilliance.
That's a really interesting game, and they head in at half-time at 1-1.
Substitution for Milan. Number 13, Del Piero. Number
Manchester
7,
United get the second half started.
Number 15, Messi.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Field.
And it's Bellingham.
Number 22, Zico.
Has a shot!
Number 23, Bale. Number 9,
Rijkaard. Now it's Bale. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Milan come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
Shapes to shoot! Oh, it's fallen loose again! A real chance and a real let-off.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Zico has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Yamal. Real chance! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Lamine Yamal clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And it's Bellingham. Well timed, excellent interception. Oh, terrible pass. Zico. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Great defending, strong and determined. That's a cute ball. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. He's picked his way through. There's the header! Goal, Milan! And they're back in front. It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Milan go into the lead. Deftly away. Milan perhaps contemplating their next change here. Now it's Pele. Lahm is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Lahm Lovely pass, but can he get there? Bellingham spots it and intercepts. De Bruyne. Turns back here, probably the best option. Chooses to go cross-field.
Good ball, that too.
Zico. Neither of these two want to come off second. Great chance! He scored! And there's the goal they've been looking for. A truly super goal. What a spiky hit that was.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
So the lead now is 2.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Out to the right. Now it's Yamal. Looking for options for movement. He's shifting through the gears here. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And he's picked it up out wide. Bale, a player who needs no introduction. Now it's Yamal. Cross to the back post. Corner.
Substitutions taking place.
Milan have their second corner now. Zico plays it short. Oh, that's nice.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
And it's Zico. Zico! It's a goal kick. Rodri. And that's it. Milan can take all the spoils, and it is nothing less than what they are perfectly entitled to following... Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. The action has already started. So Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, I think it's hard to ignore this guy, Mike Maignan, Peter. You don't normally pick a goalkeeper as a potential match winner, but I think his consistency has to allow him an exception, because I think he's just very solid in all aspects of his...
Oh no, what has happened here? He's got away. Big chance! He's delivered all right!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Beckham. Goes for the shot! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
He just didn't catch that one right, and he knows it.
And he's forced to go back. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Cleared without complication. Nice sequence of passes, this. Zico. Now it's Ibrahimovic! Oh, that is very close.
Ibrahimovic brilliantly took control of that, which was exactly what the situation required.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Atletico Paranaense have chosen to go 4-3-3. Jim, how do you see it?
Yes, and the importance of this formation is not to allow the midfield three and the attacking three to become too detached from one another. If that happens, then pressure can quickly be applied via the counter-attack, and you can be exposed defensively. So compactness can't be compromised, and you need talkers in this team. You need leaders and people that are willing to organise things very quickly.
Oh, that's fabulous.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Nicked it back promptly. Not the most convincing of passes. Messi. Well, that has not gone well.
Luis Suarez really is a player who can do everything. He makes a more than decent target man, and his energy levels mean the opposition defence are constantly under pressure.
And that, I guess, is essential if you're going to play pressing football.
Well, that's right, as so many sides do these days. I hated playing against players like Luis Suarez. Not that too many met his standard in my time, but he just never let you rest, Peter. He was always around about you, and you knew he was going to pop up and cause you trouble at some stage, whether he was on the attack or whether he was defending.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Nesta is there to clear. Nesta is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. And it's Del Piero. Good chance here! Alessandro Del Piero, another ice-cool goal! He's got himself an absolute peach. Smiles broad and beautiful. That is a cracking hit.
That was magnificent. The way he caught it so perfectly, I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Great defending, strong and determined. Can he get it through? A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Nesta gets over and intercepts. Messi. And this is Romario. Nedved can so cleverly bypass the press. Now it's Cruyff. Can he get on the end of this? Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Now that is a hefty challenge. Maldini gets rid without sophistication. Nesta. And they're back on the ball again. Messi. Nicely shaped ball. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Looking tidy in possession here. Oh, decent chance! Messi. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think, something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Milan are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good.
Substitution for Atletico Paranaense, number 5, Suarez.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Xabi Alonso.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out, see if you can open them up a bit more.
Yankola, number 3, now, number 17,
Thuram.
Bale.
Maldini cuts out the pass. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Some really good ball movement. And it's Messi. Del Piero! Wonderful from Del Piero! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. And wow, he has given that a right old hit.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
Milan are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Bale. Vieira. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Maldini. Tries to pass it through. Del Piero with the cross. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Now the ball's gone astray. And this is Pele! They're back in possession and ready to go again. Well, now it's a race for the ball. It's their second corner of the game. Nedved attempts a clearance. He shifted it to the flank. Shot, surely! And it's there! There is a man right at the top of his game, and he just knows it. That is a diamond of a goal. The planning immaculate, the execution brilliant.
That is simply tremendous. I mean, how easy would it have been to get across it or overhit it? Perfection.
He rises! It's fallen kindly here. And that's off target.
He'll be annoyed with himself after that. Nothing wrong with his anticipation or his positioning.
I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Into the last quarter of an hour. Kola goes on a run down the left wing. And this is Messi. He's got shot a goal! It's a goal! Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way and he just slips the other.
So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here? Nicely weighted ball. And this is Messi, and and Messi! And somehow he managed to miss it.
He's definitely playing with a lot more conviction. This team should look to him to produce the catalyst for a comeback.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Plays a sharp little ball here. Beckham. Rijkaard. Tries to play it through, and he's in on goal. Del Piero. He's had a shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Del Piero is offering a wry smile there.
Corner number 3 coming up. Bale getting this one clear. He's gone for goal! And he has produced there the crispest of hits.
I think it was one of those, Peter, where he's caught it too well. He's not even looking at the keeper, so he knew where everything was.
Now, can they get him away? Oh, it's a great ball. Can he finish? It's in! Drama at the death! Is there time for one more twist? And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Atletico Paranaense give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, who's under pressure now? It's going to require some inspired defending to stop this lot.
And that will be the final act. Milan have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately proving the difference. Del Piero just could not help himself, could he? 3 goals to his name. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Milan demonstrating exactly how to play on hostile ground. They were forced to persevere and be patient, but they never lost their belief nor their focus, and they basically saw a great performance through right to the end.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.